Hi guys. I have got a package today. What could be in this package? We shall find out. I know what is in it, but you guys do not. I was actually freaking out over the weekend about said package because it was scheduled to be delivered on Saturday. And it did not show up. And I went to track the tracking number, and it had been showing on Friday evening. It had shown on vehicle for delivery, and that it would be delivered Saturday. So Saturday rolls around, no delivery. We were gone for a little bit on Saturday, and then we came home, and we were home all night. And usually FedEx drops the package and leaves. In fact, when we came home today, it was sitting on our porch. So nothing happened. I thought, well, maybe there was a lot of graduations on Saturday. Where we live, there's only one way in and one way out. And the road to get in and out, the main road, was incredibly busy on Saturday because of all the graduations. So I thought, well, maybe they just couldn't get over to our place on Saturday because of the graduations. And I figured, well, knowing FedEx, if it was something like that, then the driver would come back, say that, and they'd actually put it on the express truck, which they've done this before. They couldn't get over in our area, so on a Sunday they delivered it. Well, yesterday rolled around and nothing. So today, this morning, I actually called FedEx. I'm like, okay, where the heck is it? It's still showing on the truck for delivery. And that is it. Like, there is nothing past that. When you looked at the pending date or the estimated delivery date, it just said pending. Or no, it wasn't pending. It was unavailable is what it said, which was freaking me out. So I'm thinking, oh great, another package lost. So contacted them. They put a trace on it, and I got a phone call just before we left to run some errands. And I was going to call them back when we got home, but it was on our porch when we got home. So they must have found it sometime between when they called me and we got back, obviously. So anyways, the reason why I was freaked out was because this is actually Heather's doll. My friend Heather, who is going to be at the meetup. I had traded Kim my Hispanic RealCare 2 Plus for a G6 baby that I was going to do some videos with it and then give it to Heather. And Heather and I had an agreement for some stuff with the meetup, so it was more of a trade with Heather. And when that got lost, I'm like, okay, I asked her, I go, do you still want to trade a baby, or do you want me to pay for that stuff? And she goes, personally, I'd rather do the baby because then her husband can't get mad that she bought it, when she technically did. Anyways, so I found this one. And yeah, I was freaking out a little bit about the delivery. And as you can see, there's some little legs right over here. You can probably guess kind of what it is. I think everything is in here. There were some items that were supposed to come with it. Okay, they're open. Oh, fantastic. This will make it easier for my video for tomorrow. Yay! So, I don't know why I'm taking the ones out the back. Just take the baby out. Set him on here for now. Clearly these socks are going to come off and go in the trash can. They look a little gnarly. Oh. Teffy, you are going to have to move, kitty girl. Yeah. Teffy believes this is hers now. Do you want to go on the bottom? You can lay on the bottom. Okay? I know. I am so horrible that I put the stroller there because I need it, and then you got all comfortable. So, take them out of the bag. As you can see, this is a Hispanic baby. And it looks like I need to do a little cleaning up. You can lay in that box. Some paint on him for some reason. I'm going to take these gnarly socks off. So, got to make sure that there was another item that was supposed to be in here, unless it is in the box. So I'm quickly trying to get this auction to come up. So I bought it on eBay. Like I said, as you can see, it's a Hispanic male. I'm gonna have to try to clean him up. There's some dirt and stuff on him. And oh, I forgot that this one does better than the last one I had. Okay. Okay, so we're good. It came with everything. Actually, it came with some extras because it came with the batteries that I need for it. So anyways, this is a beginner care. This baby, as you can see, it uses the ID like the G6 or RealCare ones used, and that's the only ID it uses. It doesn't use the wireless IDs. It's got pretty much a fixed head. His head turns a little bit. It doesn't turn much, not like the other babies' heads. And these ones, basically what you do is you put the batteries in. It has the battery compartment. And this one you put batteries in like you would a RealCare tube. It's just got a standard baby think it over diaper. I was just making sure it didn't have a RealCare diaper on or anything. Because I know some auctions people put, I've seen RealCare diapers put on like Generation 4, Generation 5s. So as you can see, the inside of this is similar to a G4, G5 with the box. You put the batteries in. I have the directions on how to do this. Reality Works sent them to me. You set the baby, and then once the baby cries, you ID it, and then you rock the baby for care. This was, I've mentioned it in videos before. They're not very common. There weren't many made, and they weren't made for a long time. Oh, and here's even, it shows you easy, number of rough handling, medium. Oh, okay. So the colors coordinate. So if you have it set to hard, you want it on the red dot when you're programming. Medium, you want yellow, green, easy, and then green dot at the end means number of rough handles, number of care neglects, and total cry time. So it does have the rough handling feature, but the reason why this one was made, it was made right after they started, when they started making RealCare 2s, they started making these beginner cares. And like I said, they were only made for like a year or two. The whole point of the RealCare or the beginner cares was to, for like younger kids or younger school districts, or like people with challenges that may want to do the school may want to have them in the program, or they have to take the class for the program. But the beginner care is a little bit easier to take care of than the like a RealCare 2, where you have to, okay, Teffy's in there popping. I'm like, what's going on? The RealCare program can get quite intense, so they created the beginner cares for people that couldn't necessarily do the RealCare program for whatever reasons. It's just a little bit easier where, you know, baby cries and then all you have to do is worry about like IDing and then rocking. Where with the RealCares and such, you need to ID, you need to, try to figure this out. You need to ID, you need to figure out why baby's crying, you need to figure out and do that care. Whichever care baby needs. Okay, that's all. So, Heather and I had been talking, and after Kim's baby got lost, the baby I was trading Kim for, I asked her, I'm like, do you want me to get another Real or Generation 6? Do you want me to find a 2? Do you want me to do a 2 plus or a 3? Like, if I do a 2 plus or a 3, I can get you the basics like the ID, the key, and the diapers, but you would need, or it would depend upon what the baby came with. I said, but you would definitely need to get the X stick yourself. What do you want to do? And she decided she wanted kind of a simpler one without needing a controller at this point. She wants to work up to that. She kind of wants to sneak that in because her husband doesn't want her to have electronic babies. So anyways, she's like, prefer something that I wouldn't have to buy the X stick for. So that took out the 3 and the 2 plus. Then I started looking at the 2s, the Generation 6s, and I'm like, did you want that? And I said, or there's this beginner care. And she's like, you know, whatever you feel is best. And I'm like, well, the beginner care might be a good way to start for you. Because honestly, when I started with my babies, I did start with a Generation 6. But the cry was so horrible, and the cry on this one is bad. Or not bad, is better. This has the, I believe, like, the RealCare 2 pluses and 2s, where it starts, the cry starts low and then just keep progressively getting louder, where the Gen 6 just straight out starts screaming. So we kind of decided on this one, and I found one for her relatively quickly, and yeah, he's here. So in my video for Friday, we will be testing him out. And then I need to go to the thrift store to try to find this little guy some clothes to go home in, since he arrived naked. And my daughter did over there. I gotta clean him up after. Find the wipes. But yeah, so I'm excited to try him out. I'm gonna do a few videos with him. Like I have my different kind of babies videos. I'm going to do one with him, and then honestly, for the meetup, this is kind of giving you a sneak peek. The week that I'm gone for the meetup, I am actually going to make some new videos on all my babies, like the RealCare, the RealCare 2, because I did some videos last year where kind of briefly, like, going over, I can't even talk now, like going over like the RealCare 2, 2 plus. I had, at that time, I didn't have a 3, so like one of the videos I talked about the 3. And as right now, I don't have a Generation 6. Kim is still trying to see if they can track down the lost package. She's a little frustrated because when she shipped it, the company she shipped it with didn't have a spot online to add extra tracking. Then they lost the package, and now they don't want to pay her for it because they keep saying, oh, well, the package may show up. Well, it's been 2.5 months. Like, it's not showing up now. By now, it's not showing up. It's lost. Either somebody put it somewhere where they shouldn't have, or whatnot. You never know with sometimes delivery places, but it's probably a goner. Yeah, we're gonna chalk it up as a goner. So, yeah, no, I'm not being the gentlest with him right now. Just trying to get him quickly cleaned up. There's a little bit of sticky where his bracelet was. But overall, I mean, there are some like little stains on him. I will try, like, they're coming off a little bit, not a whole lot, but I'll try to get them off before. I don't think Heather watches these videos, so I will say that after I'm done with these, I'm going to try to get the videos done this week that I plan on making with him. And then next week, I want to get him shipped off to her. The plan was when we went to Minneapolis, I was going to bring him with me. But the more that honestly I think about it, the more anxiety I have trying to get a stroller, another electronic doll. I'll have a American Girl with me. Like, the more I think about traveling with 2 babies and everything, the more anxiety I'm starting to have about it. So I am just going to go with, as a birthday present to her, I am going to ship him to her. So I will just, once she gets him, I'll tell her, you know, just go get the Oxy cream. You just go to Walmart or Target and buy some Oxy 10 cream. And that'll help get the spots off. But yeah, I think this is a good place for her to start since her husband isn't too keen on the electronic babies. Like, they freak him out. So yeah, here, it's a good start for her. She'll be able to have an electronic baby because we were talking about that, and at the meetup, Crystal will have Veda, I will have Oakley, and she would have just brought one of her weighted neonates, which a weighted neonate is perfectly fine, but it's just, I felt bad because I'm like, you know, there's only going to be 3 of us, and of the 3 of us, you will be the only one with a non-electronic baby. Then I considered borrowing one to her, but once again, the whole anxiety of getting there with 2 babies and then getting home with 2 babies. And honestly, I don't know what I'm going to purchase when I'm there, so yeah. Anyways, I hope to see everybody on Friday, and I will see you later. Bye!